Hello, everyone. I've just come from seeing a patient, and I need to talk with you about why do you have skin conditions? What sets them off? What do you do about them? And so let's talk about, okay, if you have acne, if you have psoriasis, if you have eczema, if you have rashes, there's always a why you have it. You're not smitten by God. Nobody decided to punish you. There's always an internal reason why you have that skin condition. Okay, even aging. Life leads to death no matter what we do. But acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, enlarged pores, all skin conditions, aging, all skin conditions are always caused by something that's going on internally. Now, there's stress in today's world, in any world, of not just today, but next year as well. We're all stressed to the max. We're working too hard. We're having to go at lightning speed always. So are we stressed? Yes. What happens when we're stressed? It inflames us internally. When we get inflamed internally, if we have an acne gene, and everything boils down also to genetics. So some of us have an acne gene, some of us don't. Some of us have a psoriasis gene, some of us don't. Some of us have an eczema gene, some of us don't. Okay, you don't have a rosacea gene, that's always gut inflammation. But, so you have a gene that gets turned on by inflammation. What causes that inflammation? And this is imperative to always understand, why do I have it and what do I do about the why? Because yes, we as dermatologists, as any sort of physician, we can give you steroids, we can stop, repress, suppress, okay, whatever's turning on that inflammation temporarily with steroids, okay? And look, sometimes we give low dose, adrenal dose of steroids because we're all so stressed out nowadays. We often, it used to be we could give you adrenal life force, which is on my website. And there's a reason everything that's on my website is on there, because it's to address the problems that are causing the why people have skin conditions and have health conditions. And so adrenal life force, it used to be that was the strongest one on the market. They're herbal ones as well. They're not as strong. So everybody, I went to, because I'm all about what's the strongest thing on the market. So I went to adrenal life force. Nowadays, people are so stressed out, so pressed for time and trying to get everything done that they're trying to get done, that adrenal life force, I'm having to put people now on adrenal life force and also having to give them a prescription of an adrenal dose of hydrocortisone at 5 milligrams twice a day. So I'm having to increase what I have to do to treat, to address, to try to cure the inflammation that's turning on the gene that's causing the skin condition or the health condition. And blood pressure, cholesterol, all those things are genes that get turned on. Homocysteine, read about homocysteine, because you need to have your homocysteine treated. It increases your internal inflammation. It's one of those things that if you look at my website of all the different blood work that I test people for, homocysteine can turn on your eczema or increase your eczema or psoriasis or acne gene. And normally, and that's a methylation issue. Google that, because those are the things that cause you to assimilate more heavy metals, and it also is what increases your inflammation. So at the end of the day, everything is about inflammation. Why do I have all sorts of antioxidants? Vitamin C, what's the strongest antioxidant? Glutathione. Melatonin. Melatonin is not just for sleep, it's a strong antioxidant. Vitamin C. Why do I have a huge dose of vitamin C on the website? 4,000 milligrams per teaspoon, or the natural form Camu Camu, which 1,000 milligrams is equivalent to 3,000 milligrams when you take it, what the body how the body responds to it. Because all I'm trying to do, R-lipoic acid, another one, very important. What I'm trying to do is put out the inflammation, that stress. Low thyroid causes inflammation, which can also cause people to have rashes, can set off. I have people who come in whose skin products are not enough for their acne. It's why you go to traditional dermatologists and you don't get cured. Even with Accutane, you don't get cured because the thyroid's low. They don't address that. They don't address the fact that low thyroid can be one of the causes of acne that is unable to be cured with skin products, okay? Prescription or otherwise. And so you've got to deal with the inflammation because that's what's setting off the gene. And once you've turned on that gene, you've got to cure the skin on the outside, but you've got to treat the cause on the inside, because if you don't, you are not going to cure the problem that's causing you to come to the me or whomever else to get relief from the external and some of the internal issues, okay? Gas, bloating, constipation, some of those things are low thyroid. Some of those things are stress to a certain extent. I have people who, they say, oh, I can't take vitamins because they get caught in my esophagus, I can't swallow. Why is that? That's because they're all stressed out and it impacts the peristalsis of your gut. So all those things are what increase your eczema. And so if I don't deal with the why, if you don't deal with the inflammation, now, do I have to deal with things on the surface of the skin as well? That's why I deal with skin products that are maximal strength, and it's why you have to start and advance skin products, because when you're inflamed, it's no different than if you've skinned your knee, okay? You've scraped off the skin somewhere. It's inflamed at first before it gets a scab and it starts to heal. First, I've got to put out the inflammation. I've got to deal with that internally. I've got to deal with that externally, okay? And so internally, it's antioxidants. If your gut's inflamed, I deal with glutamine, galt. If you have A blood type, I give you aloe juice. Probiotics, critical in today's world, anti-COVID probiotics. I give you the vitamin Ds, I give you the omegas. There's a reason that I give you the things that I give you, or recommend the things that I give you, whether it be on the website, or if you're in seeing me, or you're on the phone with me, and why I'm querying you about all your symptoms, because all those symptoms are what's setting off the gene and causing the skin condition, including aging. Okay, when you're inflamed, you get brown spots, okay? Melasma, freckles that consolidate into bigger brown spots, which everybody worries about as they go along the path of life. All of that is caused by internal inflammation. And so keeping your thyroid good, keeping your adrenals good. There's a reason I have the thyroid support that's on the website. There's a reason I have all those hormones. Why do you have low hormones, or the low hormone symptoms? Because if your adrenals are low, I have to treat that. Because if your adrenals are low, your thyroid's low. If your adrenals are low, you don't sleep well. If your thyroid's low, even though you think that you would sleep well, you don't sleep well. So a lot of times when people have insomnia, it can be hormones, absolutely, okay? And so that's why the symptom sheets are on the website for low hormones, so you have a concept of what's going on and how do you need to treat it. And so eczema, psoriasis, acne in particular, okay, rosacea is always inflamed gut. That's galt, glutamine, eat right for your blood type, probiotics, okay, eczema. Look, I put whole leaf aloe juice on it. I put organic lavender oil. I'm giving people the things internally like Inflamma Force and curcumin. You say pecan, I say pecan. I'm dealing with all the things internally that put out the inflammation, whether I'm treating anti-aging, whether I'm treating enlarged pores. What are enlarged pores? It's usually gut inflammation, and you're inflamed internally, whether it be stress, low thyroid, inflamed gut, all those things. And then if you have the gene on top of it for the eczema, the psoriasis, psoriatic arthritis, all those things, scleroderma, all those things are set off by internal inflammation. So it's the reason that I have and do the action plan that I do, and I put it all on the website for you because I'm trying to download to you how you treat things in order to cure you rather than just treating symptoms in perpetuity. So I'm going to do a series of videos now on particular issues that people are always asking us on our increase line. People are asking us on the website. In particular, eczema, psoriasis, those are issues which are increasing. Weight gain, okay, metabolic syndrome. All those things are things that are set off by genes, but they're exacerbated. They're made worse by internal inflammation, which is why if you don't treat internally, which is why I'm all about supplementation. I know it's a lot, but if you don't do it, and in today's world, because everybody's so stressed, because we live in such a toxic world, because low thyroid is an epidemic, if we don't treat those, you're never going to slow down the clock. You're not going to be able to turn back the clock. It's why we've had to go to stronger technology as well as stronger skin products, and why I'm always upgrading my skin products to try to make them as strong as possible. So internal inflammation, you've got to deal with the inside, you've got to deal with the outside. In order to cure the problem, you've got to understand why you have something and treat the why, understanding that genetics increasingly have been found to be a huge part of this paradigm, and why my action plan includes things like looking at, do you have homocysteine? Do you have a methylation problem? Which means that you have a problem detoxifying, which means that you're more inflamed. And that matters whether you have high cholesterol as well, because if you're inflamed, it makes your cholesterol stickier. You're more likely to deposit it in your heart, more likely to deposit in your brain. Hormones are doing the same thing to anti-inflame you to a large extent. So I'm going to do a series of videos on that, and hopefully this will help you. But understanding the why, treating internally and externally, is imperative in today's world in order to turn back, slow down, and cure as much as scientifically we can cure you in today's world. Thank you.